In this video we will be talking about the Backstage. To get to the Backstage, all you have to do is go up to the File tab, select it, and you'll open the Backstage. The Backstage is where you can perform different operations such as managing your file and its settings, importing and exporting files, and accessing the help. Once you're in the Backstage, the first two options are New and Open, which allow you to create and open a new design file, or you can open an existing file or a file of a different type as the active design file. Next, you have the Save and the Save As. Then you have the Update Server Copy, and what that one does is if you're in the file and you're working on it, but you want to push your file back up to the server, you can just select this option and it'll update the server copy. The Save Settings, this will save the settings in your active design file. The Send Mail, this will just open Outlook or whatever mail software you use. And next you have the Close button. This will just close the current file you're in and allow you to open a new file by opening the File dialog box. After Close, you have some of your settings you can mess with. You have your Tools settings. If I select this one, you probably won't need to go into this one very often. A couple of the things you might do is you might compress your file, and then you have some of your compress options here. Most of the other ones you probably won't ever have to worry about. After the Tools, you have your settings. So you have your user settings, your system settings, your file settings, and your configuration. Under your user settings, we're not going to go into these settings in great depth, but we can show you a few of them here. Some of the settings you might change. You might come in here and change some of your AccuDraw settings. So anything to deal with AccuDraw would be here. If you want to change what your buttons do on your mouse, you can change those under the button assignments. Same with your function keys. If you want to change your function keys around, you can change them here. You have your preferences. I'm going to select this one real quick. And what this one does is if you want to change the look of your MicroStation a little bit, you can do that here. If you want to change like the look and feel, maybe you want your tool sizes to be bigger, you could change them here. Your mouse wheel, if you wanted to change some settings on your mouse wheel, you could also do that here. And then there's some other settings under here, but we're not going to be going over all of them. This is just kind of an overview of what you can find in some of these settings. So I'm just going to hit OK to get out of this. The last one you may look at are the toolboxes. If you needed to open or close any of the toolboxes, you can select that option and it'll pop up a list of all the toolboxes. If I wanted to open my geographic tools, I could just scroll down until I found geographic. I could turn that on and it's going to open up my geographic tools. You can just hit OK. Then you can see I have my geographic tools opened up. So if I go back to my Backstage, go back to my settings, that's kind of what you can find under the toolboxes. Next you have the system settings. Under here the only thing you have is you can set up a digitizing tablet if you want to. Next you have your file settings. Probably the only one in the file settings you might mess with are the design file settings. So if I select that one, you can change some of the settings in your design file, like how your active angle looks, the angle readout. If you want to change your angle readout from degrees, minutes, and seconds, you can change that here. And then there's a few other settings under here you could change if you needed to. I'm just going to select OK to that. And the last group of settings you have is configuration. You probably won't ever need to get into the configuration settings, but if you'd happen to need to change something, this is where you'd go to change anything about your configuration. After the settings, you have your properties. I'm going to select the properties, and all that does is it'll go back to your design file and open the properties of your design. I'm going to go back to the File tab and go back to the Backstage. After the properties, we have our print options. We'll be going over printing a little bit later, so we're just going to skip over that. After print, you have import. If you are wanting to import a different type of a file, you can come here and select what type of file you would like to import. Next is export. Same thing. If you need to export a file to another file type, you can select it from here. After the export is the publish iModel. So if I needed to publish an iModel, I could select this and it would open the iModel dialog box. The next two are help and feedback. This is just your standard OpenRoads Designer help. If I select it, you can see there's a few different help options under here. After that is the feedback. If I select that one, it's just going to let you give some feedback to Bentley. Then the last item in the Backstage is exit. If you want to exit OpenRoads Designer, you can just select exit here. And that's just kind of a quick overview of the Backstage and some of the options you have in the Backstage.